Well, today we had a rather interesting trip from Rapid City up first. We visited a small place called Pleasant Valley, which is south of Sturgis. Neat little graveyard, off of some gravel roads, dirt roads. Um, Saw a number of headstones, including a military veteran. Um, it's tucked way at the end of the Pleasant Valley Road, and so we had to take it almost all the way back to Sturgis via the I-90 interstate. A second graveyard we went to, we've actually been there a few times, thanks to Pokemon Go. We visited one just outside of Deadwood, and it had a pretty good amount of gravestones. The only problem is the layout was a little lacking because, Route 7 actually...
Section 7?
Section 7 circles all the way around 4 different areas. And then they put all the babies that we could see in the far end of the cemetery, which was kind of depressing because there's this great big green swath between the baby area and the rest of the graveyards.
Which means that they're all by their little lonesome, off in the distance, which is not fair to them in any way, shape, or form.
The bassinet and ignore them, not good. No. The last one we did, and this one was going to be kind of interesting because it's set up on a hillside. It's called Lead West, and from what information I was reading on the sign at the bottom of the hill, Lead West was originally set up as kind of a culmination of 3 or 4 cemeteries, dealing with both the Masons, Knights of Feria, and one other section, and it's almost tiered from the top of the hill down over by the Lead Fire Department. Due to the snowfall we had earlier this week, there's still a good swath of snow in the middle of it, and I discovered gravity is still well in effect. So we're going to take...
Basically, he fell down. I did not record it because I don't want to embarrass him, but he slipped on the snow trying to read a sign.
From what we also understand is apparently the cemetery is run primarily by donations. It was kind of sad seeing several of the headstones toppled off their base. And we did see one grave area that was actually cracked open. So it would say, look, a vampire.
Vampire, somebody has escaped.
But overall, it was a nice first attempt at Lead's West Cemetery. Lead also has a south one over by the Dussel, which is a huge underground...
That's the one that's also known as Mariah, right?
No, Mariah is in Deadwood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's 3 in the area. Gotcha.
Yeah. Lead South, Lead West, and then Mount Moriah. Mount Moriah is more well known for the fact that, Wild Bill Hickok is up there, so is Calamity Jane, several other prominent people from...
is it Wild Bill also up there, or is he in the other one?
That was, I just read the first one.
Wild. Oh, I was thinking Seth and said Wild Bill. Never mind.
But overall, we had a pretty good trip. Again, Lead West will probably have to wait until the weather is actually melted off the snow. Heaven forbid if the town of Lead was ever to pave the roads in the Lead Cemetery. There is a lot of brush and pine needles just all over the hillside over there. So, going up the roadways is kind of tricky. But we'll see.
Especially with a car that's not a 4-wheel drive.
Well, that too. But that's our run for this weekend. And tomorrow we may try to investigate Mount Moriah, depending on what the hilltop looks like up there. But this is the Bud Files. Joe signing off.